Hi, my name is Zach, and today I'm going to show you how to make an authentic pizza dough. And then later on tonight, we'll be making a homemade pizza on a cast iron skillet. I'd love for you to join me. Let's go. With 2 cups of white bread flour. If you don't have white bread flour, you can use all-purpose flour, but your crust is gonna be chewier with all-purpose flour. The bread flour will make your crust more authentic and crispy, but it's all to what you like. So we're gonna take that 2 cups of bread flour. We're gonna put it in our bowl of our stand mixer here. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm using Himalayan sea salt. Put that in there. We're going to take a half a teaspoon of sugar. I'm using this organic Florida pure cane sugar. I like to use all organic ingredients in my recipes, but if you don't want to do that, it'll still turn out fine. And also a little bit less than a teaspoon of yeast. And we're going to mix this all together on a low setting. That should be good. And we're using here, it's a dough hook. Now, if you don't have a stand mixer, you can do all this by hand. The stand mixer just makes it a lot easier. Okay, we're going to put the stand mixer down again, and we're going to lock it into position. And we're going to turn this on low initially. Start to add lukewarm water slowly. The water's about 100 degrees. So we'll add that slowly in there. As you can see, I turned it up a little more to really get the flour on the sides and really mix that up. So the mix appears to be too dry. If it's too dry like that, you're going to want to add more water because you want it to be kind of soft and tacky. Okay, I think we have the consistency that we want. See, the dough sticks to the dough cloth, and see the texture? It's tacky, so it is sticky, but it's not like too sticky or watery. So this is exactly what we want. Okay, so I dusted my countertop with a little bit of flour. I'm going to put that ball on there. Just knead it. You fold like that. Push down. Let's give it another fold. Push it down. Let's give it one more fold and push it down. Now, if you didn't have a stand mixer, you're going to want to knead it a lot more. Okay, now I'm going to take my stand mixer bowl and I want to grease that with a little bit of olive oil. So pour some olive oil in there. As you can see, it's in there. I'm just going to swirl it around with my hand because we're going to let the dough rest in here and we don't want it to stick. We're going to cover this up with some saran wrap and we're going to let it sit in a warm place for about an hour or until it doubles in size. So the yeast in there is going to be activated, going to be eating the sugar, and it's going to really double, and that's what we want. Because that's very important in your consistency with pizza. If you cooked it like this, it would still be good, but letting it rise is really going to give you a great crust. A light, fluffy, airy, crispy crust. So the dough has risen. You can see it's risen. It's got a lot more sticky and bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to powder my hands here. I put some flour down. I'm going to take it out of here. Put it down on the flour. I'm going to knead it a couple more times. And then I'm only going to use half of this for now. So I'm going to cut it in half and use that to cook in the cast iron skillet. So you just want to push down, form it into a disc. Kind of want to turn it. And then what I like to do is I like to pick it up and I like to stretch it out like this. And I kind of just use the gravity so the dough kind of weighs itself down like that. And go around in a circle. And we're going to make this, nice and flat and uniform. Okay, so what I did was I heated up the oven to 500 degrees and I put this cast iron skillet in there to get it nice and hot. Because that's going to get your crust hotter. When you get this, if you just put it in there cold, and what I'm putting down now is corn flour just so it doesn't stick. But if you just put this pizza dough on there while the pan's cold, it'll still turn out good, but it's not going to get as crispy on the bottom. So now that I did that, I'm going to put this pizza on there, And now it's going to start to cook a while on the bottom. So it's going to get nice and crispy. See it start. You hear the sizzle? Okay, so I put my pizza dough in there. It's starting to cook already. I'm going to put down the sauce. I can't fit the spoon in there, so I'll just pour some of that in there. You're going to pour some sauce in the middle, and you're going to do circles and radiate outwards. So you get a nice, even coat of sauce. Okay, so I spread the sauce. I put some basil leaves down. I want to put them down first so they don't burn in the oven. Now I'm going to put the cheese on. Okay, now that I have my cheese on, I'm just going to proceed and put all the toppings on, and then I'll meet you when I'm ready to put it in the oven. Okay, I put my toppings on. What I put on this were onions, olives, mushrooms, and sausage. And it's ready to go in the oven. So we have our oven to 500 degrees. You want to crank your oven up as hot as you can get it. And we're going to cook it until it's golden brown. I would say probably about 10 minutes, maybe more. You kind of play it by ear. You want to keep checking on it. Try not to open it too much though, because you don't want to let all the heat out. And we'll be back when it's done. Okay, so now it's 10 minutes later, and the pizza looks good. Let's take a look at the bottom. Look at that. That looks beautiful. It's nice and crisp. It's a good color. So we're all done. I'm going to cut it up so you can see what it looks like in slice form. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that pizza. It's going to be amazing. Well, that's basically how you make your own pizza dough, and then how you make a cast iron skillet pizza. I'm going to turn the camera off now because I just want to enjoy this. Alright, thanks for joining me today, and have a great night.